Yes. In the Paddock F1, greeting the cheese. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Man, I love that damn new intro. Round 21. At the traveling F1 circus to South America. Back to Sao Paulo, baby. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix. 30 million people live in that Sao Paulo metro area. It's known for its museums, art galleries, architecture, and vibrant nightlife. Also, you got down there, you got Batman Alley. It's not for the superhero boys and girls. It's for the vibrant street art and the murals. Pretty fancy stuff. And of course, you gotta check out the street food. What you got, son?
You got the pastel, which is the classic of the street food, of course. You gotta get the pastel when you're down there. And then other things that's like potatoes and hot dogs and all that stuff, there's names for it. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce them or mispronounce them.
That's fair. That's fair, sir. This ain't no travel show. This is an F1 show. We're racing the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, also known as Interlagos. 2.67 miles, 15 corners, 2 DRS zones. You give it to full beans for 61% of your lap. And always ridiculous. It always has lots of action, no matter if it's dry or wet, and that's what we got today, boys and girls. First few corners, after the start and the restart, we had safety cars, we had contact, virtual safety cars, lots of passes, strategy, but in the end, Lando takes his 7th win of the season. Kimi Antonelli, his best finish in F1 P2. Max Verstappen, starting from the pit lane, rounds out the podium. Lots to unpack off of this one. We are caffeinated. We are medicated. Dreamy. Good day, sir.
Good day indeed as we roll up here for the penultimate races here as we finish up those two in the paddock with the green and the cheese. Thank you all for joining us. Hit us up on the email in the paddock@gmail.com. Of course, on the YouTube. Thank you all for hitting us up there. At just type in Greenie and the Cheese into your browser, and we'll pop right up there. And so I appreciate everyone listening. Yeah, it was a crazy one. Lando Norris increases his lead. I believe it's 24 now. Lando 390, Oscar 366 as we just finished up the race about an hour ago here from Brazil. And Max Verstappen catching up as well. He's 25 points behind. So if Max comes out and wins next race and Oscar doesn't get in the points, Max and Oscar will at minimum be tied for second, unless Lando Norris is 24. So it's really, really close. You're talking a 50-point stretch between first and third. 49 points between first and third. So holla back, because it is time. It is go time. Exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we talked about. It's still playoff mode because Max Verstappen could still take this with 3 races and a sprint to go. But let's talk about the big thing.
It's a lot harder now
than everyone saw. It's a little bit harder now, that's for sure. But if anyone can do it, it's Max Verstappen. Let's be
real.
Let's be real right there. Although Vegas is anyone's game, as we've seen over the last, a couple inaugural seasons here. Let's talk about the incident. Turn 1. We got 3 cars, as you always say. When you got 3 cars, when you're 3 wide going into any turn, anything can happen. What happened there with Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, and Kimi Antonelli in that wild 3-car going around turn 1?
3 cars never turns into 1, as we all know. But personally, I don't think Oscar deserved the penalty at all for it. I think it was a racing incident. There was definitely room on the outside from Kimi to Leclerc, so he definitely probably couldn't have turned down. I'm sure he knew Oscar was coming up on the inside as well. I think Oscar's lockup was more of a trying to avoid going into Antonelli than being out of control, to be honest myself. He went for a gap going into the Senate S. So I think it's a racing incident. I don't think he deserves a 10-second penalty. I think Leclerc even said that during his after race interview when he was back at uh, the interview circle there. So I think he didn't even agree that Oscar deserved the penalty. That somebody got taken out of the race in that incident as well. So that penalty could basically have just ruined Oscar's chances of a world title. So that could end up being something in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really don't think he deserves it. Lando Norris was dominant all weekend. Let's be honest about that as well. He dominated both qualies, getting pole and dominated the sprint race and dominated the race. Once he got out in front, scored 33 points, took a big lead over his teammate and Max. So taking the bull by the horns and trying to win the world title, which it's nice to see Lando's actually changed some things in the background. He's taken the delta off of his steering wheel. He's had that removed, so he's just more paying attention about what he's doing each lap instead of trying to hit deltas and things like that. So that's something that is new. So he's changed to try and win a world title. The things that we had talked about in the past that maybe he just doesn't have it. Maybe he's actually figured it out, and he's got it because he's got the momentum. 3 races to go. I don't think he has the best finishes or has had great finishes coming up here in Vegas. So anything can happen, especially with the concrete walls all around Vegas. He's crashed out. I think both times they've been there. I don't think last year he definitely crashed out. So anything is still can happen. But huge weekend for Lando. Tough weekend for Oscar. Max Verstappen starting from the pit lane to go to P3 is just... I mean, where that car was basically all weekend, too. The Red Bull was garbage, basically. And didn't even get out of Q1 to go from the pit lane to podium. It's ridiculous, so...
Yeah, the Red Bull definitely looked the worst we've seen it in probably...
In a while.
Pre-break. Right? This is probably the worst we've seen the Red Bull all weekend pre-break. And for Max Verstappen to come out just like that, finish podium from the pit lane with a mediocre car just shows that Max could win the last 3 races and take this thing. He could.
Yeah.
Do you doubt Max Verstappen?
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. The guy can take Duff and make it magic. I mean, they made a lot of changes to the car, I'm sure. That's why they start from the pit lane. They also put in a new power unit and things like that, because why the heck not? If you're going to start from the pit lane, why the hell not? But yeah, just it's absolutely insane. I mean, and can we talk about this too for a second, if you don't mind me dropping this in here? Can we please stop taking the old school tracks off the circuit? Please? I mean, Interlagos is old school. Imola is an old school track. Both those tracks have given us some of the best races of the season. Let's be honest. The old school tracks just bring it. And we keep taking them off the calendar, which is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because Interlagos is always something crazy happens. It's always exciting. You can pass at Interlagos. It is just a great old school racetrack. And you get great racing and great entertainment out of it.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, it's sometimes it's capacity. There's definitely financial reasons. There's definitely other sports that are played in certain areas. I'm sure we'll get to that in a little bit. But, always improving, always making improvements. A lot of it has to do with capacity and where the people are coming from. Mass transit to get to these stadiums and get to these tracks, which are hosting 100 to 120,000 people. Jeez. It used to be 75, 60 to 75,000. Now we're talking 100 to 125,000 per day at these events. So mass transit has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of reasons, and
It's money. Let's be real. It's cash.
The racing takes a backseat to, no pun intended, to the ability to get the most people in efficiently. And you can't have a shit show in a dumpster fire having 100,000 plus people showing up to a capacity-wise 60, 70,000 person, So we moved, and we've seen it over the last 15, 20 years, and where they can improve, they can, and where they can't, they're going to move. But we'll talk about, I'm sure, Rio at some point. All right, what else you got? Or are we moving on, sir? Strapping on our helmet.
I mean, why not mention Kimi Antonelli? His best finish ever. P2. I mean, it's a great drive. I mean, he was flying all weekend, too. He looked way better than George Russell. He was making George Russell hustle there, trying to catch him. So, trying to be the number one driver of the weekend. I don't know what the heck Kimi's been eating recently, but he's been a little bit of a changed driver after that part of the season when he was just falling off the rails. There for a minute thinking that he's maybe took a step too far forward. But just amazing drive for Kimi. He was just on it all weekend. I mean, survived that incident too with Oscar, luckily. I mean, he could have been taken out there too. So sometimes you got to be lucky. He was today. Great drive though, holding off Max there at the end as well. Got to give it up to the youngster.
Absolutely. All right. If we are ready for the strap on my helmet, get ready to go around the track because we got 3 questions. It is Quizmaster's Cockpit. I did not have time to study as I normally at least try to brush up a little bit, so I'll see what I retained in my noggin of mind. It is Quizmaster's Cockpit. If I can get 3 questions right, we'll go into winners for our winners and losers segment. If I do what I normally do and get even one of the 3 questions wrong, oh yeah, we go right into losers. I guess if I get all 3 of them, maybe we should just go right into slap my own damn self for that one. But it is Quizmaster's Cockpit. I don't know if I ever got three in a row. Maybe I have. Probably have at one point.
That is a nice call. I like that one.
It's rare.
We wrong. We go right to slap.
Right off the noggin.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. Question 1, sir. Are you ready?
Well, I don't know, but go for it.
You have no chance this week, by the way.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Appreciate it.
Just saying. This was McLaren's first win in Brazil since when?
McLaren's first win, and who was even potentially... I don't know. Mika Hakkinen?
No. Would have been 2012. Jenson Button.
Oh, Jenson Button. There's some Jenson Button news coming up. All right, so already we're in the losers. Go ahead. Go ahead, do your thing. Ask away. I don't have to get my intense music up.
We might be going to the slap. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Max started from the pit lane and finished on the podium. How many times has this happened, including today in Formula One?
That's a good question. I'm just going to throw out a guess. 17.
That is incorrect. Correct answer is 8. This is the 8th time.
8th time in history.
The 8th time in history.
Lewis did it once, right?
Nobody's ever started from pit lane and won the race. So that would have been wild if Max could have pulled that off.
Thought it'd be more
8 times only. The last time it happened was actually 2014 in Hungary with Lewis Hamilton.
I was going to say Lewis was the last one to do it. Yeah, I couldn't have recalled what year, but 2014 Sounds about right. But I remember Lewis doing that.
So that isn't incorrect.
It's an incredible feat. You said I would have no chance. Over 2.
Over 2.
I have maybe potentially. I should have some clown music now because I rarely go over 2. Coming with the heat today. All right.
Question. There's a lot of stuff that happened over the weekend. Give some good questions. Question number 3.
Good question.
Red Bull didn't get both cars out of Q1 for the qualifying for the race this weekend. When was the last time that happened? It's been a long time.
I was going to say, it's got to be a long time. I got to say, it's going to probably predate Max. Probably like a Danny Kvyat day. Like 2016? Say somewhere middle of 2016. I don't know.
That is incorrect, sir. It's even longer back. Japan 2006. It's a long damn time.
How about them apples? All right, well, go Red Bull.
That is 0 for 3.
That is 0 for 3.
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
I think I have to creed on this episode.
I just came out with that, like, out of nowhere, with your confidence, and then I actually go 0 for 3. It was definitely not planned. Oh, man.
I need to slap my goddamn self for that.
All right, so I guess we're coming around with the slap. I'll slap myself, and I might also, I'm definitely going to also bring Yuki Tsunoda into that slap as well, sir. We're going to start hard right off the bat, because Yuki Tsunoda, listen, when you show this Max magic that, as you said, that Red Bull looked duff completely, did not look anything like we've seen it in the second half of the season. It looked pre-summer break Red Bull car, came out this weekend, and Max drove it like a champ, and Yuki just looked terrible. Gets that 10-second penalty in the end for just total screw-up, total mental lapse. Just an absolute disaster from Yuki, whose job is just completely on the line right now. Every single race, he is racing for his career in Formula One. If he's gone from Formula One, there's a good chance he's never coming back. And to put up a big dud, thinking that, just because Max was starting from pit lane and he wouldn't have to push it, and then Max goes podium, as you mentioned, 8th time in Formula One history for anyone to do that. So, I got no words. I'm out of words for Yuki Tsunoda, because every time it looks like we're pulling him back in a little bit. He's like, I want to do this for my career. He just shows complete incompetence as he did this weekend.
Think of this as well. Red Bull have 366 constructors points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's that give Yuki? Like 23 points or so he scored for the entire season. Merck is 398, so Red Bull could easily be in second place if, Yuki was half decent. 23 points is a joke. Let's be honest. That's a joke. That's a joke. So he should slap him damn self. He should get out the pattern and slap himself.
Slap your damn self. Yeah, if you look at the overall, as you mentioned, driver standings, Yuki Tsunoda, 17th overall in the driver standings with 28 points. I believe that's correct. That is, I believe, the up-to-date standings here. 17th for Yuki Tsunoda. And Max is in third, has I think, more than an outside chance to finish second, and probably an outside chance to finish first. And Yuki looks like he's behind Esteban Ocon. He's behind Lance Stroll. He's behind both Racing Bulls. Both Racing Bulls, okay?
Racing Bulls have had both cars in Q3 way more times than Red Bull has all season.
Yeah, he's 8 points behind Liam Lawson and 15 points behind Isaac Hadjar. I don't foresee him catching up to Hadjar. Maybe he's got an outside chance against Lawson if he could pick it up, and Red Bull did make the improvements that they thought they were going to make, or we think they're going to make, or have made this past weekend. But we'll see what the upgrades are. We'll see what they bring. Holy Moses, man. Let's go to winners.
Should go to losers.
All right, go to losers.
I think we go to slap to losers after your triple fail.
All right.
Ferrari for sure.
Yeah.
Massive losers, went to fourth in the constructors with a double DNF. Leclerc, of course, wasn't his fault. You could probably give Lewis a little blame there for misjudging it and hitting the back of Colapinto and damaging the floor. So you definitely blame him for that, but Leclerc wasn't his fault. Double DNF, second time this season for double DNF, so that's just disastrous. Absolutely disastrous weekend for Ferrari. Bortolotto had his hardest crash ever in that sprint race. I mean, that was hard.
That was hard.
Hard. It was like 50 something G's, I think. Double DNFing your home race. You're going pumped up. Crowd's chanting your name. You're like a rock star, and
you
double DNF weekend. That's just awful. That's just awful. So, yeah, those will be my losers.
Right on. Yeah, Aston Martin, every time you think they're start making a turnaround here, and Fernando was actually looking pretty good this weekend. Lance Stroll just looked like Lance Stroll in the back of the pack, but Fernando actually looked pretty decent over the course of the weekend. I believe he scored points in the sprint or came close, but just puts up another egg today, and just in that pack, that like 7 to 15 mid pack today, but just couldn't get it done. Lance Stroll couldn't get it done. Aston Martin. So every time you think they're starting to poke in the right direction. And listen, Williams still can't get it right. Alex Albon, I believe he ended up with the fastest lap, but they just can't put it together. Carlos Sainz every single week looks like he's taking a step backwards. Looks like they've just given up this end of the season here. I don't know what they're thinking or doing.
Everything's going to the 2026 car right now.
They are just not interested in 2025 anymore, and so you gotta put them in the losers bracket for sure.
They might be decent next time out in Vegas, but I won't hold my breath though either.
You never know in Vegas. And those are my losers. So let's go right into winners.
I definitely got to give it to Racing Bulls again. Double top 10. They've definitely had more Q3 for both cars than Red Bull has all season long, which is supposed to be the better team. So big shout out to Racing Bulls all season long. Pierre Gasly, I mean, we've been trashing Alpine week after week recently because they've been completely trash and awful. And the car actually looked alive this weekend. I don't know if they found something out about the car or something, but hey, top 10 finish, get a point. Car looked good. Pierre looked good. Give it up to Alpine. We've been trashing them, so give it up.
Yeah, I mean, give it up for George Russell, who looked like he could have been podium if it wasn't for Max Verstappen just being the greatest driver of this generation right now. So Russell finishes fourth. Mercedes has been putting up quite a fight coming down the stretch here, and has just outclassed pretty much everyone besides McLaren. But I don't even know. I could take a look at Mercedes overall in the last 5 races. They might have the most points constructors-wise. We're pretty close to it.
Yeah.
If you add it up, I had to take another look at that. And, of course, I'm going to give it to Ollie Bearman. Heck of a drive again. Coming off a 4th, hit 6th. It's just making Haas look just like a legitimate team now, man. 11th overall in the driver's standings. He's got a shot at 9th. If he can keep this up, he might finish 9th. He might finish in the top 10. He's only 3 points behind Nico Hulkenberg and Isaac Hadjar. So if he finishes strong here in the last 3 races and sprints, that would be insane, seeing Ollie Bearman, who finished with 7 points last year, having a shot. And as well as Haas, right behind Aston Martin, 2 points behind Aston Martin for 7th overall. So, and that's really been Ollie Bearman over the last 2 races, has put them back into the conversation to potentially finishing 7th. So I know that doesn't sound too exciting talking about the McLarens and the Mercedes of the world, but from where Haas has been, hell of a season for them. And of course, you got to give it up for Nico Hulkenberg. Got to throw him in there, of course, coming in 9th, and everyone gets pumped when Nico gets points. So those are my winners. Yeah. We had the slap. We got to blow up the whole board completely today. Completely blow up the board. And yeah. Freaking good times, which totally throws me off. 100% throws me off. From the tunes.
Ah, yes. It's the best damn sound of the week. Let's take that fantasy ride to the fantasy island of Great Tokyo. Where the beer flows like wine and the wine flows like beer. And that cannabis, oh yes, my friends, it grows as far as the eyes can see. It's like Iowa corn, baby. Just goes out there for miles and miles. Take a little whiff. Ooh, doggies, yes. That air smells fantastic. Take a little walk to the top of the hill, tickets in hand, sit at the top. Well, I'm cashing today, baby. Are we cashing in or are we checking out?
It's been quite a season, just like our Formula One season in real life. This has been quite the season, and if I tell you the numbers, I'm just going to give you last week's numbers in the standings. I know, or from 2 weeks ago on our last race, because I did not add them up before the show. I was adding them up on the go, but I added them up after the show. I had 3,817 greenie bucks. And you had 3,587 greenie bucks. So that's where we were when we had left you last as far as our greenie bucks update. Okay, so let's go over the picks we had this week. We both had same picks, one winner, one loser. We both did 4 picks. We'll get to all of those. So you and I both took Racing Bulls double top 10 plus 130. Both hit those. Congratulations to both of us. We both had Max Verstappen with the fastest lap. That was a really good plus 450. We did not hit that. We were close, though. Alex Albon, as I aforementioned, pulled that out, but couldn't pull out any points for Williams, but could pull out fastest lap and screw both you and I over. It wouldn't have mattered because we would have both been, even, but would have been extra special cherry on top to hit 3 out of 4 cheese. Because we both hit 2 out of 4. I took Ollie Bearman, top 6 plus 450. He finishes 6th. I get that, plus 450. That was a big win. But you, sir, went out on the limb, plus 850. Went with Max Verstappen on podium. 8th time in Formula One history. And you pulled it out. Congratulations. So you ended up plus 595 greenie bucks. I ended up plus 375 greenie bucks. So we both actually finished pretty well up there. And we actually are just only a few hundred greenie bucks off of even. We were pretty far down there. We started around 4,500 with our 500 side bets. We'll get to that later. We got down to about almost 3,200 and we worked our way back up. You, sir, have 4,182 greenie bucks. I I'm not lying. I have 4,182. We are dead even. We are dead. I can show you the math, sir. I have it all written down. We are dead even. 4,182 to the dot. I did not believe it when I added it up. I did not believe it when I added it up myself pre-show. I mentioned to you, like, holy moly. I was absolutely shocked. So with 3 races to go, but we do have to get back into our pre-race or our preseason betting. We'll get to that in our off week, which is coming up. Because now we have to, because we are dead ass even. And it is go time, sir. Now every dime that every greenie buck you put down is going to be weighted that much. This is now we're in our playoffs. We're doing this for a long time. In our 4th year doing it, we are finally have a neck and neck playoff coming down to the final 3 races. How do you feel, sir?
Wow. How about it? It is on. It is on, and we're heading to the gambling capital of the world in 2 weeks.
Heading to Vegas.
Fan freaking test.
Could not have scripted this any better. All right, so let's get to one of our favorite parts of the week as we keep you updated with everything going on. And, of course, it is In the News! In the News!
All right, let's start out with Colton Herta. Did some testing in an F2 car for next year, since he will be in F2. Get a little practice in. He will also be the reserve driver for Cadillac, if I'm not as well. So, getting some testing in for Colton. Nice to see. Thoughts?
I think it's... If Colton Herta can hack it, he's hacked it in Indy. He's hacked it with some of the best in the world. If he can compete in F2... but I think he's expected to be the champ of F2 if he races a full season, right? This is a guy that comes in and he's expected.
I don't know.
He's expected.
He hopes to.
If he wants to get into Formula One, he's going to expect to be a top 3 at worst. And that's what the expectation would be. We will see how it translates over, and only time will tell if he can really make that full jump into Formula One. What do you think? No chance.
If he wants to get to Formula One, like you said, he's going to have to finish top 3, if not basically win the F2 title over the next within like the next 2 seasons, I'd say, or for sure, if he wants any shot. And his only shot would probably come with Cadillac as well, to be dead honest, to be the American driver for an American team. So,
yeah, but if he can come in top 3 in F2 in 2026...
to be honest, I'd be impressed, because it's completely different. So, I would be very much impressed. And F2 is, as you know, is more based on the skill of the driver versus the cars, and pretty much everything is pretty much equal. So,
but also... For American fans that put some interest in F2, where there's been very little interest in Formula 2, in just the F2 circuit as a whole. And if he's making an impact, maybe we will have a quick F2 update of where Colton's is maybe next season. Maybe a little 30-second segment in there.
I like it. This show is pumping out ideas as well as being
We got ideas, don't worry. I got some ideas for you.
All right, story number 2. We did mention him in the Quizmaster's cockpit there, but Jenson Button has officially retired from racing. His final race in the endurance race down there in Bahrain. Calling it quits officially. Grand career there for Jenson. Let's be honest. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Former champ. Had that incredible run there back in 2009. in with Braun. I mean, that's just historical and legendary, and a unique. Jenson Button is such a unique part of Formula One history. Besides being, a British driver, besides having a charismatic and a great personality, besides, having a pretty cool miniseries on Apple, about him. Kind of a legend, not a Hall of Famer. But definitely a Formula One legend, and stories you will tell your grandkids about. Jenson Button.
All right, next story here. It's not really one in the news. It's one I kind of spit out myself here. After his last two finishes, a fourth and a sixth place, is Ollie Behrman's next seat going to be in a Ferrari? I say, heck yeah.
Yeah, he's driving unbelievable. He might be, I think, over the last 2 weeks, outside of Max Verstappen, he might be the best driver on the grid. I know Lando Norris, has been just on a tear as well recently. But a fourth and a sixth where you have Esteban Ocon is nowhere near him. A guy with, 10 plus years of racing experience. Guys, hundreds of races versus a guy who's in basically his rookie season after a couple races last season. And he's smashing and putting Haas, like I said, in a number 7 team, which probably should be a number 9 team this season if it wasn't for the way he's driving. He's going to finish potentially 9th. Ollie Behrman, he's going to finish potentially in the top 10 overall and scoring. He's 3 points out of 9th right now. Jeez. I couldn't have...
Yes.
Would you have thought that Ollie Behrman in his rookie season was going to finish top 10 in a Haas at the end of the season?
The Haas has been improved for sure, number one, but, along with a lot of cars in the midfield pack there. So, Ollie Behrman's been impressive. I was impressed with him when he stepped in for Carlos last year.
Absolutely.
I told you.
With that one race.
I think I told you, behind the scenes, and I said, watch out for this kid. He's going to be driving for Ferrari soon. Once his seat, opens up there in the future. So, he's got talent. Let's be dead honest. He's got talent. He's got a good attitude. Likeable kid as well. Oh, yeah. I got one more story for you after doing a little bit of digging.
Give it to me.
Because you brought it up during the last show as well. You wanted more, Gunther? You got it, son. He is doing a tour where he is talking to the people.
Okay, I'm going. Where is it? When are you coming to New York City? Come on down. You can stay in my spare bedroom. I got a place for you, Gunther.
Let's see. Let's see.
You don't even have the. You don't even have the schedule.
I don't have the schedule. No.
You're just dropping bombs without the schedule.
He is not coming to New York. He's got actually only three. Three events left. He will be in Philly on the 13th, Indianapolis the 14th, and Chicago on the 15th.
All right, Philly's not far. We'll meet you halfway. Listen to that man talk all day. I don't understand a word he's saying, but I can listen to that man talk all day. All right, what else you got, sir? Is that the big finale?
That is all I got for the news.
All right, we got 1 week off here. 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks off.
We got
1 week
2 weeks till we are in Vegas, baby.
All right. Well, we will be back next week with a special episode. Queuing everyone up, getting ready for the final 3 races and all the excitement coming up with that. And we appreciate everyone listening, everyone watching. Kick that ending up. Say what you got to say, brother.
As always, my friends, we'll see you in a week's time for an In the News special. Also, the gambling update, too. As
Absolutely.
always, stay medicated, my friends.
Peace.